So what arrows came your way in 2023? So we've been talking a lot about stuff. There was high interest rates that happened 2023 that caused a lot of issues in the market. There was banks' liquidity tightening. And what do I mean by that? That's where the bank is just saying, we're done loaning right now on fix and flips. We've used up all of our available capital and we don't have any more to loan right now. We had new home construction, which when these new home builders are buying down rates, that is a major problem because people can get into the house, a new house for the same rate as a fix and flip. So that came away in 2023. Financial cushion was thin for a lot of folks, okay? And it's really important to have some margin in your financial life. Really important. For me personally, financial fraud. I was invested in a deal for the last 4 years that is currently under investigation from the SEC. So you guys gotta really watch who you're dealing with and who you're placing money with. What arrows are coming your way in 2024? I'm trying to help you guys understand how to really put yourself in a position of being protected as much as possible. I believe in shielding your money while using it in 3 places at the same time. I'm going to teach you guys how you can use your money in 3 places at the same time. A friend of mine has this amazing ability to create images by just telling a computer what he wants the image to do. So he put in, I want your average real estate investor to be shielding his wealth. What would that picture look like? And this is what the AI engine came up with. So it's this dude holding a pie pan, which I absolutely love it. So this is not what my picture for you is, okay? That's the average real estate investor shielding his wealth. So what does he have there? He has weak protection. He has a thin financial reserve. He has an uncertain future, relying on banks. Okay, he has to go and get loans from banks in order to make everything work. And his money is only working at one place at a time. So what do I want you guys to do? I want you guys to look like this guy. All right, he's ready to crush it in 2024. He's got maximum protection. His wealth is compounding every year. He has a tax-free retirement. He's got a privatized bank that he can utilize when he needs it. And he has his money working at 3 places at once. Okay, so how does he do this? Like Bill was talking about earlier, he uses specially designed life insurance. Now this is max funded whole life insurance that we're putting in as much capital as possible for the least amount of insurance in order to create a line of credit inside the life insurance policy. And it absolutely works amazing. So the reason it works is because access to a line of credit using life insurance puts you in the position of being the bank. So the question is, why would you want to be the bank? Okay. The best way for me to explain it is just give you an idea of how this works. This is an awesome picture that I had from a bank from the 80s. And you can see the bank is paying you 2.5% during that time for checking. And at that time, the bank was charging 4.2% on a home equity line of credit. So raise your hands, guys, if you think the bank is making 1.7% on that deal. Does anybody in here think that's how banks make money? No, I don't see any hands going up, and I'm really thankful for that. So that is not how it works. We'll take a quick look at how it works. And the way you can see, running it through just a standard financial calculator, you put in negative 2.5 present value, 4.2 future value, 0 payments over 1 year, and that's actually a 68% rate of return. So the difference between 2.5 and 4.2 is 68%, and the banks don't lend their own money out. They lend out their depositors' money, and that is why they make these kind of spreads, and that's why they make these amazing returns. So how can you be in the position to do this exact same thing? Is you create a life insurance line of credit by overfunding a life insurance policy, and then you pay interest to the insurance company for the use of their money at a low rate. and your money's still growing. And then you earn money like a bank in your flips. So if you were paying 6 and earning 12, question, do you guys think you're making 6% on that deal? Anybody think that? No, I got nobody. So you're right, you're not making 6%. You're making a 100% return by spending 6 and making 12. And guess what? Your money is still growing inside the policy. You're still getting a dividend. It's very, very similar to a home equity line of credit. I know you guys all understand home equity lines of credit. So I want to show you the difference between a home equity line of credit and a life insurance line of credit so you can compare them and understand how they work. So with a home equity line, the credit line amount is fixed. And with a life insurance line of credit, the credit line increases every year. And with a home equity line of credit, the home equity is the collateral that you're pledging in order to get this access to the capital. And this is an important point. In life insurance, it's the cash value. It's not the face value or the death benefit of the policy. It's the equity or the cash value. So if somebody has, for example, a $1 million term insurance policy, they don't get access to a $1 million line of credit. And that's not how this works at all. This is where you're overfunding a specially designed whole life policy, and I'm going to give you numbers in a second, but then you access that cash value as collateral. So with a home equity line of credit, using it impacts your credit score, right? So if you have a home equity line and you pull it, that's going to lower your credit score and affect your debt to income ratio. And there's no impact to your credit score on a life insurance line of credit. And there is zero earning potential in a home equity line of credit, and you have a growing amount of this line of credit every year through dividends with a life insurance line of credit. Your home value can decrease, and that can cause your equity line to get shrunken by the bank because they're in control of it. And the life insurance line of credit never decreases. It cannot go down, okay? So there is one additional thing, that is that they're difficult to get, right? You have to do what I call a financial colonoscopy, right? To get a home equity line of credit. You have to get your house appraised. You have to go through financial underwriting. It's just a big, it's a big deal. But with a life insurance line of credit, it's guaranteed. You have guaranteed access to the capital. This is a basic structure that shows one way that I put these together. And there's a few elements that you need to know here. One of them is that you have a required amount of money you have to do each year to make this work. That's the minimum amount. And then you have extra capital that is optional that you can put in. So this required amount is what I call the have-to money, and that is your base premium in your term insurance rider that's blended into the policy. And then you can also do a lump sum amount going in, and I'm going to show you in just a second with real numbers how that works, but I want to make sure you guys understand the framework of what it is first. So you have an extra amount of money you can put in the first year to fund this, to create the line of credit, and then from year 2 on, you have a cap and a floor. And then from year 3 on, you have a catch-up provision for anything you were short in year 2. I'm going to show you guys some real numbers, and these do not necessarily mean that you have to do these numbers that I'm showing you. It's just an example of a standard 40-year-old male who came to me and said, I want a $100,000 line of credit to start. This doesn't mean you have to start with these numbers, but I want to give you an example. This is what it looks like. All right, you have a $26,000 minimum. That's the have-to portion. And then you have a $108,000 lump sum for a total premium of $135,000. What does that do? Right away, it creates a $100,000 line of credit. So you do not have to wait 7 or 8 years to access it. You can access this $100,000 line of credit after 30 days. The asset that you're purchasing in this case is $2.8 million of permanent life insurance that's never going to go away. So it's very cool because, at the very beginning, you've got this amazing asset that's going to create generational wealth, and you have a line of credit that is also going to compound and grow. So as this thing grows, you can see by the fourth year, on a cash-on-cash basis, you're putting in $50,000, but the policy is projected to grow by about $53,700. So you're actually have more money in on the fourth year than you put in, and then by the eighth year in this particular policy design, you're fully capitalized and all the money you've ever put in is now available to borrow out, and you've had this amazing life insurance product the whole time. So this just keeps getting better, and what really, really blows your mind is as this thing progresses, it starts to do a hockey stick on the compounding of your wealth. So by the time the guy's 67, he's put in about 1.4 million, but that's turned into 2.8 million. So it's doubled just inside the policy, and he's been able to use that money in his business as well. And oh, by the way, the life insurance amount has gone up to $4,975,000. And this is the best part, it's creating $186,000 of tax-free retirement income. So there's a lot of moving parts here and a lot of stuff this can do. And you can see that $186,000 continues until he's 90 years old. Okay, and at 90 years old, there's a $4.6 million loan amount that is going to get paid off, not by him, but when he passes away, the life insurance is going to pay off that $4.6 million, and then he's going to have a net $778,000 left to still go to a beneficiary. $2.8 million in a life insurance policy can produce way more tax-free retirement income because of the ongoing dividends than $2.8 million in a stock portfolio. Just bottom line. It's just a better place to have capital. The money in three places at once, where are they? Number one, you have a guaranteed cash value growth. Number two, it serves as collateral for your investments in your real estate flipping business. And the third place is it has this life insurance component that creates a family legacy. So those are the three places it works at the same time. I know it's easy to just make money and put it right back into your business, okay? And that's what most people would tell you to do. Just make money, funnel it back into your business, make money, funnel it back into your business. But at the end of the day, if you can add one additional step in there, make money, run it through a policy, let that policy compound and grow forever, and then use the money in your business, you're going to be creating generational wealth. And it'll absolutely change the trajectory of your family. So thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate it. We'll talk soon. Thanks.